Hello, it is another Saturday. It's the next Saturday. Have I edited the vlog from last Saturday? Absolutely not, but it's okay. We'll get there when we get there. I just knocked my contact out of my eye, and so that was a fight to get that back out. I've got it now, but if this eye is red for any reason, you know why. I just need to stop crying, and I feel like my contacts would stay in place more. But you know, that is obviously a challenge we have not solved today, so tomorrow's another day. But one thing we have done today, where can I put this, is I did some sewing today. I don't think today's gonna be like a reset vlog per se, because honestly the house is looking pretty good. We got the living room in a lot more of a manageable state. Wesley started the laundry before he left, so I'm gonna do some recording, but I want to share this first. It's a towel hoodie that I made for one of the littles. It's beautiful. I'm quite impressed with how well this went, because it has been a very long time since I've sewed a hood. I think I've sewed one in my life. The sleeves also been a while. But you know, it's also really nice because the way I cut the pattern, the sleeves aren't identical, but they're pretty close. So yeah. Anyway, so that one is done. And then I started on the pocket for the other one. I sewed the pocket. I have it right here. This is the pattern that we're going with for the other one. And I know it's probably gonna annoy me because there's probably like zero chance of this pattern matching up on the front. But it's fine. It'll be okay. We have the cut pieces there. I think what I'm gonna do also, like, if you were around when I was making makeup remover pads, terry cloth, you know it's gonna be a pain to clean up. But we had dinner. Wesley has gone to work. As you can like see, do you remember the living room last week? It's way better. I need to record, which means I need to do makeup, but I think before I do that, I'm going to make the bed. But before I do that, I'm gonna make my little TikTok of what I watched, read, played, etc. this week. This week being last week. And we're gonna get on that. So that's the plan. But yeah, cool, just about puked. Cough bad. My tummy's been feeling pretty rocky all week, so we got a bucket in the bed as a result. Anyway, just turned on my computer. Oh my goodness, wait. Cool, so I did just puke. There's like something in my throat that just kind of triggered it. But I haven't felt good for the past couple days. But I also had my birthday this week, so I can show you the things I got from my birthday. But I might puke again, so hold. I'll be right back. Okay, we have rallied. We are back. Am I gonna puke again later? Maybe, because my tummy, she has not been feeling great for, like I say, Thursday, so today's Saturday. So Thursday was when it was really bad and I wasn't feeling great. Yesterday it was like, and today, eating was a bad idea, I guess. But let me show you things I got for my birthday. I got this new mouse. It is the exact same mouse that I had, except two things. One, it is in white, so it matches my keyboard now, and two, it works. Did the other one mostly work? Yes, except for this button. The scroll wheel worked, but the clicky part of the scroll wheel did not work, and you don't realize how much you use it until it is gone, because oh lordy, did I miss it. Except I got so used to not using it and just right-clicking to like open tabs and stuff, that now I'm having to retrain my brain to use it. But it is the Razer Viper Ultimate. Highly recommend it. I super love it. And like, look at that. Look at the light. It's so pretty. It looks a lot more crisp in person. I loved that other mouse. I had that mouse for years and years and years, to the point that like it wore down on the sides, and obviously part of it stopped working. So if you're looking for a mouse, I'll recommend it. I like it. Next, I got some Lego because the people in my life know me. I got this set, which I'm so excited for. I also think the base of this is gonna be small enough that I can put it up on my Lego wall, or at least that's what I'm hoping for. It is the Japanese maple bonsai tree. It's cute, it's adorable, I like it. There's also more bonsai trees coming out August 1st, so if this doesn't fit for some reason, I'll just have to get those. It's a set of 3, and I want them so badly. I have the Harry Potter Castle, like the miniature scale one, which I bought for myself a couple years ago. Like when it came out, I think I ordered it like immediately, and I loved it so much because it was like such a fun scale, and they came out with the Diagon Alley one, but I'm like, girl, that's too expensive. But Azure Wright's mom got it for me. Wesley's mom got it for me. And it's like, I like it because 1, it can like fold all the way in, and 2, it can fold all the way out, as you can see. I'm really excited to build this. It's a decent size. I think it's 2750 pieces, so like it's almost like a full, it's almost 3,000. It's also got like the tiny little miniatures in there. And I'm really jazzed. I'm excited to build this. I don't know when I'll build it. I'm definitely gonna build the maple tree on stream, and I'm gonna build one of either this set or the other one on stream, or maybe both. We'll see. This is gonna be probably, I guess, a 3-ish hour build based on the size. People like Lego. People like co-working. And then lastly, I would say this is probably one of my dream sets. But one that I'm like, it's too expensive, I would never ask for it. Same. But the littles got this for me. It is, where is the handle on this side? Starry Night. It's just so cool because it's really cool art. And I've wanted this set for some time. I thought that it was like retired or just about retired. And so I was like, we might have to go like other ways, but they found it in the store, and I had happened to mention it. We were in a Lego store the other day, like one of them like secondhand Lego stores, and we had seen it, and I was like, one day I would like to own that. And then they happened to spot it. So how lucky, how fortuitous with the timing. So I got 3 beautiful Lego sets to build, a mouse, which I needed so badly, and then my mom sent me a Amazon.ca gift card, which in the past I used to be able to order stuff off of Amazon.ca and send it down to Wesley, but I think with the tariffs and everything that is no longer a possibility. So I'm like, well, this is kind of useless, but you know what I can buy with it? Books, because my Kindle is still a Canadian Kindle. So I'm like, you know what? I wanted to get some books for my Kindle, so we can do that. I also might get Donkey Kong Bonanza for the Nintendo Switch 2, because I can get a digital code for that, and North America, Canada, America, same thing in the region. So yeah, but I was like, mother, so I'll have to let her know about that, so like in the future, right? But also, she sent me a few Canadian snacks, but this was the one that I was most excited for, the ketchup chips. She sent me 2 bags. I've already eaten one, like immediately, day 1. I've also got Ariba nacho cheese chips. She sent down some no-name brand salt and vinegar Pringles, which did not travel well, let me tell you. There's less Pringle, more crumb, but it's fine. And then some President's Choice original kettle chips, which are good. If you're in Canada, yes, they're pretty good. She also sent me down Sacaris, which is like a nasal lube, because my nose gets really dry sometimes, and the stuff that I found down here just doesn't hit right. So yeah, and that's what we got. Oh my goodness, wait, there's one more thing that Adela, who is one of Wesley's really good friends and his mod and my mod, and she came to the wedding, sent. It's a Karupi blanket. It is so freaking warm. It's also got like a nice red on this side. It's not like technically reversible, but like besides the name, it's pretty reversible. It is so warm, and it'll be so nice and so cozy going forward. But I'm gonna do the things I said I was gonna do before I puked and before I get distracted by this. So I'm gonna do the TikTok real quick. I just gotta remember what I played last week. Normally I'm more on top of it, but I didn't do like a co-working stream this week, and normally that's when I would do it for the following Saturday. So anyways, we're gonna do that. I also have to export some videos today, I think. But we're gonna take a look at that. There's like a lot. I also have like a busy week this week in terms of games. which I'm like really, really excited about. Okay, so I said like in terms of games, but like mostly I'm just excited about stream this week. We got some fun things going on. Sunday we're gonna do a co-working stream. I think I'm very likely going to build that Lego setup when I did the tree, the Lego tree, I think is the plan to build that. And then Monday, there's this game that I played in October called Photography. I'm pretty sure, where's my mouse? I'm pretty sure it's a free-to-play game. Let me just see. Yeah, it's a free-to-play game. You can get it on Steam right now. Photography, I don't know if you can spot that. But I really, really loved it. You just went around. It was pretty short. I think I did it in like 8 minutes. It's on my Keeper CGC YouTube channel if you want to see the playthrough. But the devs who made that are making another game called Rita, which is like a word-based puzzle game. So you're a little chicken and you're going through like the phases of your life, and you go around, you collect words, and then you solve crosswords and like other puzzles, and then it lets you progress on. So there's a PR guy that like I'm in close contact with. I get like a decent amount of game keys from them, and reached out and said, hey, the dev who's making this game and who made Photography really appreciate it, your coverage of Photography, and they want to make you a custom demo build for their game, which will include something special for me and my community, which they were like, we were thinking frogs. And I was like, heck yeah, frogs, because we love frogs. And I think I know what it is, because the guy kind of like, he's like, I don't want to do spoilers, but X. And I'm like, okay, based on the other things, like, I think I know what this is, but it's so cool. So like, I have it download already. I have my own custom demo build that's going to have a special Keeper CGC/frog related puzzle at the end of it, which I think is so cool. They also let me see the new trailer in advance. It's still under embargo, and you know, they were like, sorry that like, you know, having you the guinea pig as this, but like me and the developer really trust you on this. And I think that's so cool because I love indie games so much, and so like any chance that I get to play one in advance or get to give feedback or anything is so cool. There's also this game, Gaucho and the Grassland, which just came out. I got to play test this game before it came out. I got to go through, try it out, see how the flow was, give my feedback and everything on that. And like, honestly, it was such a fun game to play. I was like, this is kind of weird. There were some issues, but like overall good. And it looks like, really positive reviews, which I think they fully deserve. I think they did a fantastic job on it. So also I realized that it says I have it in my library. So like, I guess I could have kept playing. And I probably will. The only issue is when I was playing it, I went back to like this area and then just the entire screen went black, and I could hear sounds and stuff, but I could never get into the game. I think they fixed it, so like maybe I could go back and do that. But yeah, it's just like, I love indie games so much, and it's so cool that I get to help shape some, get to work through them. There's another game that I'm playing through right now for my YouTube channel called Oblitus Mortis. And I actually got it like an early look, and I was communicating with the dev about like issues and stuff with like controls and whatnot. I'm about 2 hours into the full game, and I think it's around 6. And there are still some things, like I think the baddies are a little bit easy. Like as soon as you figure out their pattern, done so. But I also, the controls, like the difference night and day, which is so cool. But yeah, so Monday we get to check out the Rita demo, the custom Rita demo, which I'm so excited for. Wednesday, well, Tuesday, technically Tales of the Shire comes out, which like, if you know me, you know I love Lord of the Rings, and I'm a little skeptical about the game. I don't know, we'll see, but I'm gonna play the crap out of it on Wednesday on stream, so I'm so excited to do that. And then on Friday, we're doing a Palia cake party, celebration cake party. We're just gonna bake a ton of cakes, which means I need to buy the stuff for that at some point, but it'll be fine. So this week's gonna be fun for that. I believe on YouTube we have Projected Dreams going up, which is such an amazing game. Again, it's a game that I got to play the demo for early, I believe, if I recall correctly, and it was so cute. Basically, you like, I think I talked about it in the last vlog because I had been playing it, but you basically like make shapes in the shadows with stuff that you find in the room, and you uncover the story, and it was absolutely beautiful. I would love to play more games like that. And yeah, so we've got that. I don't know what demos. I think I'm kind of leaning towards Downhill, which is the demos I just played, where it's an RPG, but the character knows that you're controlling them. Basically, you're like, hey, cool if I control you. And they're like, I guess this is the only way we're getting out of the situation. And so we're doing that, probably. And then maybe either Astra Fading Stars or Flowers and Favors. I'll have to check to see what their release dates are. Because like anytime I have like a demo that I've recorded, if there's a release date coming up, I try to make it make sense to be like, hey, here's it's coming out on this day. But a lot of them don't. I have tons of stuff recorded. I have just a mess of things here, but we'll get there. We'll get there. But first, that TikTok, so I'm gonna shut up now. I feel like these, if I'm only doing like weekly vlogs, which maybe is what we kind of turn to, I feel like we're gonna be chatting a lot. And that's okay. And when time wears you down, I'll mend your broken parts, and I'll treasure the days with you that I'm spending. Okay, so getting that TikTok done took literal ages, because what I do, and like I know there's better ways I can optimize this. I can use my Google Drive, but what I do is I email the screenshots from Filmora to myself. I put it on TikTok, I type out the little thing, and then after I do that, I save those and I put them on Instagram as well, right? Here's the thing. They did not want to download from my Gmail on my phone. It was just taking for freaking ever. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll work on my schedule for the week. Except then I realized that I need to export some of these things that I edited this week that I want to go up. And then I was like, oh shoot, I also have to make thumbnails. So anyways, that's what I've been working on. I almost have this week done. I'm uploading the last thing right now, which is Flowers and Favors, as we discussed. It was super cute. I played another game called wait, Hanako's Flower Shop, which was like similar vibes, where you run a flower shop and people come in and they tell you what they want. So in Hanako's, what you do is you, they're like, I'm feeling the vibes of strong and confident, and then you have to like look at the flowers that you have and be like, okay, which ones are strong, which ones are confident. You also have to buy flowers and grow flowers and stuff. So it's like quite a robust game, and there's a storyline to it because it's your grandpa's shop, but you're like kind of taking it over. It was all right, but I really felt like maybe it was just the demo. The pacing was really awkward on it. And it was a pain to be like, does this flower mean loyalty? Even though it doesn't explicitly say loyalty, but like the other things could be loyalty. So it's like stuff like that. And so like I constantly felt like I was getting it wrong. Whereas with Flowers and Favors, it's much more of a cozy, chill, no story, at least at this point, game, where someone comes in and they're like, hi, I like red and pink. I like these flowers. I don't like these flowers. Go. And I really enjoyed that a lot more. It was a lot of fun. So I did that one. And that's what I'm just typing about. I really enjoyed. And you got to be pretty creative with it too, because sometimes they'd be like, I want these flowers and I don't want these flowers, but anything else you can add. And sometimes they would be like, I don't want this color, or they would be like, I only want these colors, or they'd be like, pick the colors. And it was a lot of fun, and the full game's gonna have like 100+ more flower options and stuff, so I think it's cool. And yeah, I think I'll definitely, I feel like this is a game, it's supposed to come out Q3, so theoretically by the end of September it should be out. Unless, you know, sometimes things don't work out. But it should be out end of September by the latest, and it's definitely one of those games that I could see myself picking up and just like I'm just gonna play a couple days of this. I mean, I always say that. And then what happens is I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna totally pick up this game. I'm just gonna play it off stream or off recording. And then I'm always like, well, but like, should I be playing it on recording? Like, do other people want to see this? I have such a hard time playing games just for myself. And I know that is so toxic and that is so bad. Oops, not 1 a.m., 1 p.m., but we're trying. We are trying. I have this game, Kama Eru, that someone very kindly gifted to me. I had played the demo, and I think, yeah, I played the demo early because I got a key for it, and I really enjoyed it, and I never bothered picking up the full game because I was like, I enjoyed it. I'm like, but in terms of making content, I don't think it really makes sense. And then somebody, like, gifted it to me. They're like, you can keep it for yourself, or you can, gift it to someone in the community. And so like I kept it for the longest time, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it for myself and I'm gonna play this game on my own. And then it took me a while, but I finally got it downloaded, and I haven't played it yet, but because I think the reason I haven't played it yet is like I don't want to go through the beginning game stuff. But we'll get there. It'll be great. Anyways, we are working on the schedule now, which is honestly pretty chill and easy to do. The biggest issue I typically have is sometimes I put the dates wrong. And that is 100% a me problem. 30th, and oops. And this should be what, August 1st? August 2nd. Oh, see what I mean? Wait, no. 27th, 30th, yeah. Friday is August 1st. Got it. There we go. I have a hard time, okay? So this is going to go from July 27th to August 2nd. One time I had to fix it, and so I fixed it. And then after I fixed it, it was still wrong. But I just loved it. I was like, ain't nobody need to see that shame. For some reason it goes there when I hit tab, and I'm not sure why, but that's okay. And then this is going to be the 29th, which makes this the 31st, which makes this August 2nd. The nice thing is like the times are always the same. Rate demo, custom build. And probably Palia. Drops are still on for Palia, so if you don't know, drops are like things you can get for free by watching people play games. And in Palia, they do them about once. They do them about once a month because they'll like drop a new thing. They'll drop a new patch and then they'll do it. And so it helps because you get cute things, and also, people are very kind, because they want to get those things, so they'll watch. Palia Cake Party. So yeah. Good times. Alright, do I remember? Here. There's a reason this is here. The nice thing is, oh, this is all caps. Downhill demo playthrough. The nice thing is this all pretty much stays the same. Mannheim to Mannheim. It is not Mannheim to Mannheim. I need to record some ATS tonight. So that's what I'm gonna be working on. I think that might be all I work on tonight in terms of recording, but we will see. Projected Dreams Part 1. Make that a little bit smaller. A little bit bigger. And then guess what this is? It's Projected Dreams Part 2. Yeah. The only thing I ever, really have to change is font size and like this. And then like this, obviously. Well, actually, flowers and favors. If I go down there, and we can make it a little bit bigger. I know favors. That's how you spell it in some places, not the states, but that's how it's spelled in the game, and that's how I'm used to spelling it. Alright, there we've got our schedule. Lego building, co-working, Rita demo custom build, Palia, Tales of the Shire. I think that needs to drop a little bit. Palia cake party. And then Downhill, Euro Truck Sim, Projected Dreams, 1 and 2. There's 3, which the third part will go up next week, and Flowers and Favors. Bam! Now we download this, and now we share it, which is exciting. I also, oops, not all pages. I also have to do the Frog Mic Boom Frog, and I have to do, it'll come to me. I have to do my stream journal for 2 streams in a row because I forgot to do it. Thursdays have gotten a lot busier because the littles have started extracurriculars, as I believe I mentioned in the last one. So as a result, Thursdays have gone busier, and I've been playing a lot of games with Wesley on his stream on like Tuesday or Thursday. And sometimes I just don't get to my stuff. We're definitely still growing pains in that regard. But we're getting there. Okay, I'm gonna get this stuff dealt with, and then I might make the bed, and then it's gonna be time to do the makeup so we can do some recording, because I still have to do invoicing tonight. Oh, we need to chat about invoicing as well, but maybe what I'll do is maybe I'll bring this into the bathroom and I will chat while I get ready, because I have thoughts. I have thoughts and things, and I've already been getting frustrated about doing it, and then, you know, anyways, I'll see you in a bit. Okay, so I know that this is gonna fit here well because earlier this week I talked to my aunt and I had to get my makeup ready because I was recording. And this is what I did because I was like, I can talk to you, but I'm a busy girl and I gotta do this. But anyways, so I've been invoicing for the job that I used to work out at a blind channel almost the entire length of the time I worked there, and that was year round. So like I worked out there like 7 summers, and I think I did like 6 years. We're like on like what, year 7 or 8 now of doing this, which I'm just realizing now is insane. I have not got I haven't got a raise for many years. So that I think like desperately needs to change, but more so than anything, like I don't want to do it anymore. I talked about not doing it once I came down here, and my boss instead was pushing for me to add more responsibility to that, and he wanted me to answer phone calls for the resort down here year round kind of thing. And I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't like answering phones on the best of times. I will do them in a work setting because like I have to, but I hate phone calls, right? And with that, with knowing how much that phone rings from like 7 in the morning to like sometimes like 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, like not only would that inconvenience and disrupt my life, including like streaming and stuff, but it would also very much impact the life of the people that live in this house with me, right? So that just wouldn't be fair. And so I said, no, not a thing I want to do. And so anyways, as you might know, because I think I talked about it, I've been thinking about like volunteering at the library bookstore here. And so I reached out last week and I said, hey, would love if you could give me a reference if that's okay. Because like I have my other boss that I work for too, but he's sometimes hard to understand. He mumbles a bit. And like the number of conversations we had where he would go, I'm sorry, do I need to enunciate? I'm like, yeah, bro, you do. Anyways, loved him, great. But I just think in terms of, 1, because I still am doing stuff for this other boss, and 2, being able to understand, I think he would, you know, be a better fit. So I reached out, I said, hey, like, you know, I don't get out of the house a lot, and because I can't work, I've been thinking about volunteering so like I can, you know, scratch that itch, see more people, socialize, etc. So yes, I'm using 2 different colors. Does it make a difference? I don't know. Like, oh shoot, I forgot. Oh well. This is my actual shade match. This is the color that I usually use on stream because of lights and stuff, and so I'm kind of like going in between. Anyway, so he responds and he goes, blah, 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 so-and-so's in the hospital, and, like, doesn't say that, it's like, and says he's not out on the water driving boats. He's my really good friend who's a water taxi skipper out there, and I knew he was in the hospital because him and his girlfriend had told me, but, like, the way that he phrased it, if I didn't know that he was in the hospital, like, first off, like, what a way to tell someone that their friend's in the hospital. And, like, last time my friend was in the hospital, my boss is the one who told me because my friend didn't tell me. Anyway, so, but I knew this time, but it was just like, he can't work right now, so it's, like, really annoying. Was what the vibe I got. Maybe it wasn't what he was trying to do, but, you know, so that's, like, where we're starting out. And then he goes, yeah, it must suck not being able to work. Do you want to answer phone calls down there? Kind of kidding, but, you know, also. And then did not respond to my request to, give me a reference to be a volunteer. And so that's kind of like, I wanted to have a conversation about invoicing and no longer doing it for a couple months. But I do understand that it is summer right now. The docks are full, the restaurant is running, the store is busy. Like, they are in their busiest season right now. And so I was like, I'm gonna wait. But one thing came up before this. Navionics is the program that I use to invoice. I cannot invoice without Navionics. It's the way that I plot trips and stuff and then calculate rates based on how far they travel. It's an $80 program, okay? I have to invoice for an entire month to afford to pay for this. So it used to be okay. It used to not really be an issue because typically when my subscription re-upped, I was working at Blind Channel. I was working a lot. I was making a lot of money. So it wasn't like a huge deal that it re-upped then and that, like, the invoicing didn't really cover it because, you know, it wasn't a huge deal because I had other income. Obviously right now I'm not working and so besides doing invoicing, so, and I only get paid every 2 months because, like, again, I make like 80 bucks a month doing that because it's really not worth it. And so, like, I think I'm gonna reach out to him and be like, you know, you bringing up the talking about work lets me, you know, I haven't wanted to do invoicing for a while. I don't think I'm fairly compensated for what I do because invoicing, I don't think, is particularly difficult, okay? Like, it's a challenging thing, but once you get it under control, like, it's not extremely difficult. However, the invoicing that I do and the skill set that I have, and I feel like I've talked about this before, is extremely niche. Because we've got, like, kind of like cheat sheets. So, like, if someone goes from point A to point B, boat goes from Blind Channel to point A, brings the people to point B, comes back to Blind Channel. We have cheat sheets that do that kind of thing, right? So, like, for that stuff, you don't really need to know the area. However, there's so many cases of point A to point B to point C to point D, back to point A, and then back to Blind Channel, you know, where you actually need to know where things are. You need to be able to look at a map and go, I know where this site is, I know where this site is, and I know where this site is. That's not something that, like, everybody can do. And so, and then on top of this, and I know I've talked about this before, sometimes they'll just be like, John went from point A to point B. And it'll be like, who's John? And sometimes it'll be, well, okay, I remember John, I think he works for company X. And other times it's, oh, because he went to site Y, he probably works for company X. And it's a lot of inferring because the schedule, there's no consistency with scheduling the charters and stuff like that. So anyways, like I said, I haven't got a raise in many, many years. I don't want to do it. It's now just become an inconvenience in my life. And yeah, it's nice to make a few bucks, but, like, the amount of stress and being like, oh shoot, I gotta, like, fit this in this time. is just like, ugh, I don't want to do it. And then add that upcoming subscription, which I think is like early August that it comes out. And so I'm going to make sure that does not auto subscribe for me. And then I'm going to say, listen, I want X dollars an hour, raise more, and you need to pay for this. And we'll see how it goes. And I'm going to make it reasonable, but also, like, I don't want to do this, so I'm going to make it high enough that it needs to be worth my time to continue doing this. And, like, the thing is, as I've mentioned multiple times, like, other people that can do it. My friend who's in the hospital, he said he could do it, and guess what? Here's, like, 2 things that he has going into his favor. 1, he knows all the areas, right? He knows all the people better than I do. And 3, he's actually on site. And sometimes you need to track down a water taxi skipper and be like, bro, what is this? What did you actually do here? Or what was your hold time? It's weird that you didn't have hold time, so I assume that you missed it. That kind of stuff. And for me, I just have to email my boss, and then he has to, you know, track it down, which, good, not my problem. Which also goes to, like, them wanting me to answer the phone. If you're out there and you answer the phone, it's great, but because if you need to check with things like, hey, how many more boats can we fit on the dock tonight for reservations? How much more of this can we do, etc.? You can ask, you can touch base with the people there. But if you are in Oregon and that's in British Columbia, what am I supposed to do? Like, hey, boat person, I don't know. Give me a second. It looks like you might fit, but I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going to have to call Blind Channel. Hope I get through, because who's answering the phones if I'm answering the phones? Then try to get a hold of the dock, and then find out if your boat can fit, and then I'll call you back, and oh, you've lost service because you're on a freaking boat? Yeah, so anyways, logistics just ain't there for that. But am I ranting? Maybe. I just, like, if you go back, I don't know, like, how much I touched on it at the time, because, like, it was a hard time. The last summer that I worked out there was not last summer, but the summer before. And I knew that it was likely going to be my last summer. There was a like, because we didn't know, like, with the moving and stuff, how things were gonna go, and, like, the medical and stuff I needed. So, like, there was a chance that I was gonna go out another summer. But I knew it was likely going to be my last summer, and it was not a good time. People that I worked with, and then also subsequently lived with, were just, like, causing so much stress. Like, you'd come home from, like, a long day at work, and you'd be like, I'm so hungry, I just want to eat. And every single dish would be dirty. Like, show some awareness for the people around you. People just, like, were getting days off. I was never allowed days off. And, like, just so much stuff. And I would, like, nearly every day, I don't think I vlogged much that summer because I was really struggling. And I was, like, nearly every single day coming home from work crying. If it was a day that I was supposed to stream, pulling it together and then streaming for a couple hours and then going to sleep. And, like, it was a hard time. I was really grateful that my friend was out there, the one that was in the hospital. Because, like, I've known him for, like, years and years and years. But also it was hard because, like, Wesley was down here. We weren't going to see each other. We had obviously gotten a lot closer since the summer before because we were engaged at that point. And so, like, that was a challenge too. And so it was just, like, a whole bunch of things. And then, like, knowing it was likely my last summer and just, like, it didn't meet my expectations. It fell far short. I ended up having, like, such a mental breakdown that I ended up leaving earlier, like 2 weeks earlier than I usually do, because I just couldn't function. I couldn't stop crying. Because it was so much more work than previous years because I think they were short-staffed. Some of the staff they had didn't want to work more than 6 hours a day, which meant others of us were working more. I was constantly getting called off my break to have to help with things in the store, etc, 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 and we were so busy. They never really, like, I worked there before COVID, and like it was getting busier and they weren't really staffing accordingly. COVID happened, obviously. We died down, but then it started to pick up as if COVID had never blipped it, and they never staffed accordingly. My cousin ended up, she was working out there, she ended up leaving early too because she got berated by a customer. And like before that, it was like real, it was just bad. The culture was toxic that year. It was not great. And so like it was like my last summer out there, and so like like it, even like for a couple weeks afterwards when I'd left and I was doing invoicing, I would get such anxiety just opening up the program to do the invoicing because of everything that happened. And so I don't know, like I feel like maybe back then I should have just cut ties, but I feel bad. I'm like a people pleaser, and so I even feel bad like having this conversation about things with him, and I'm sure he'll be like, well, I'm gonna call you. Hate phone calls, buddy. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Because I'm not very forceful, but I'm just like, I'm just done. I'm having a hard enough time as it is just functioning down here as a human. Like, it's not a week at this point if I don't cry. Which is part of the reason I haven't been vlogging. The mental health has not been great, but we're just gonna try to chat about it and maybe that will help. Looks alright. So yeah, mental health hasn't been great. We struggling, and like, do we really want this extra thing? I would rather spend that time doing stuff for myself. Sewing, crafting, recording, you know, doing whatever I want to do without like feeling like I have this huge weight of that on my shoulders. Because like I said, at the end of the day, is it nice to get like maybe $200 every 2 months? Yes, but for the effort that I put into it, I just really don't think like I said, I'm being compensated fairly. So we'll see how this goes. I'll obviously keep you updated. But yeah, so we've been going through a lot. And like I said, I haven't been vlogging a lot lately because like legitimately there was a period where like once a week I was having a complete and utter meltdown. Did I cry earlier today? Yeah. And dislodged my contact. Yep. Will I cry later? Honestly, right now feels like there's a really good chance, but we're trying to pull it together so I can get my recording done. I want to record at least 4 American Truck Sim videos, and maybe some other things. Ooh, there was also a demo that just came out yesterday called Pon Pon Tanuki Summer, I think, where he plays a Tanuki and you deliver mail. Looks super adorable, but I'm really excited for that. But those are the things that I'm excited for. Those are the things that bring me joy in life. And like the nice thing is I do it Saturday, or I've been doing it Sunday when I co-work the invoicing, so like it's not like affecting other things like with like hanging out with Wesley and stuff. But you know, I don't know. Anyways, she's been struggling. Moving to another country is difficult, that is for sure. And you know, when it brings back your depression that you squished so heartily for years, it makes it even more difficult. Oh my god, I've been talking for like 17 minutes. Make's almost done. I'm gonna shut up because I need to get close to the mirror to do this. But yeah, that's the update. That's where we're at. I think, like I said, I think we might do like weekly vlogs at least for a while, and they are going to be long, I assume. So, sorry maybe?
You're my favorite book to read. You're my favorite book to read.
Recording is done. Whoop, there's my truck. Technically, it's not my truck because I don't own a truck in ATS yet, but I'm thinking about buying one because I found out you can buy one and hire people to drive it, and you get like that passive income because like if I'm driving it, I'm gonna crash it. I was having a hard time with the first trip and I did $175,000 of damage, and that's a lot of money. But anyway, so the recording is done for the night. I did get one demo and 4 ATS done, which does a whole month of ATS, so that'll actually bring us into September, which is awesome. I have not puked again yet, which is also good, although I did have to take a break between recording the first and the second one because my tummy hurt. That's, you know, that's just what we're doing. Anyway, so we're gonna do diet, and then we're gonna close diet. And then I will have to name all those so I know which ones they are. We got our little pile of clothes that we were wearing. I'm going to put this back on because, whoops, I almost fell over. It's what I was wearing today. Also, my shorts. They have so much hole in them. Not many holes, just so much hole. But I love them so much. I think I've talked about them before, how they're like my favorite and they're like so comfy. But, they do in fact have that hole in them. Okay, can we put you there? Is it gonna be okay? I also charged my camera while I was recording, so that is also when. I got a couple of clothes to put away here. We'll see if I do it tonight. I also have, oh shoot, I thought I was changing my pants so I could change that on screen, but I'm in fact, hello? Can you focus on me? I need to change my shirt, so give me a second. That was like the whole reason that I put the camera here was so I could change my pants. I don't remember what I was saying because I got distracted, but I think, so it's 1 o'clock now, and I've got kind of like 2 options of things. One, I could do some sewing for a little bit longer tonight and maybe work on B's towel thingy, which I think she would appreciate. Or 2, where's my phone? Don't know. Or 2, I could download, I could buy Donkey Kong Bonanza for my Nintendo Switch 2 and play that. I think I'm leaning towards the sewing. But I gotta find my phone and I'll listen to my audiobook, I think, while I do that. And then I will come back later and undo this because it's a pain. But yeah. Okay, that's the plan. Let's go do some sewing. Let me actually find my phone first so I can turn these things off and then we'll get the audiobook going because I'm so excited. I'm loving Rebel Witch so much.
You're my favorite book to read. You're my favorite book to read. I've read a number of books through the years at the library next to my home. And some I held close to my chest, so dear, but they were always on loan. But if the pages make me smile like a fool, maybe for once I won't follow the rules. I'll keep it until it's long overdue. When I find my favorite book.
Alrighty, I did the sewing. And here's what we have. Number 2. I learned a few things. Actually, I learned like one thing from the first one. It said to make this thing on the front like 5 centimeters. I think it meant 5 inches because 5 centimeters, once you'd go for like, I did more than that, and once you go for like the hem and everything, it's not great. So I made this one a little bit longer. The other thing, the pattern doesn't tell you to finish the raw edges here, and on the other one, the way the fabric is, it's totally fine, but on this one, not so much. So I'm thinking I might take the pinking shears to them maybe. I don't know, because this is not great. Or maybe zigzag stitch it, but I really don't want to do that. So we'll see. If my serger worked, slash if I knew how to use it, I would have just serged them all, but anyways. It's super cute. I like it. But now I need to take the steering wheel off. It's like almost 3 in the morning. I need to take the steering wheel off. And I think get ready for bed and blow my nose because allergies. Oh, and I still need to name those files from earlier. So much to do. I was getting ready for bed and I just remembered I still have my makeup on, which means I have to take it off, and I'm so annoyed by this. But that's okay, we'll get over it. You know what I'm also annoyed about? I couldn't use the Amazon.ca gift card to buy Donkey Kong Bonanza because it's a digital key, which, I mean, I kind of get, but I also think is dumb because I could use it to buy a physical one, which I just couldn't get shipped here. So I guess we're just gonna buy a bunch of books. I don't know. Mad about it, like I said. But I'm gonna go, I'm getting kind of hungry. I don't know what I want to eat. I'm gonna take off my makeup and then see if I want food or if I just want to go to sleep. That's where we're at. My computer did the weird thing it's been doing. Again, I don't know when it did it. I was unplugging things and also I was like, and so I'm wondering if it has something to do with having too many USB things plugged into the computer or not enough power to that, because now that I'm thinking about it, I want to say the times that it has happened has been when I've been changing scenes on my stream to this top face cam here. And when it did the weird glitchy thing again today was when I was unplugging my steering wheel, which is USB. So that's at least an avenue because I had nothing before. But I'm gonna take off my makeup, get a snack maybe or not, and then get ready for bed. It's 3:30. Yes, I know I said I want to go to sleep early today, okay? Alrighty, well, it is now a time, it's 10 to 4, but I am ready to get into bed. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe because we're gonna try to get back on this vlog game thing, which I really enjoyed doing, and I think it's been nice like processing things and stuff. So that is good. I'm gonna go snack and I think read for a bit, probably Kindle, because if I'm snacking I can hold my Kindle and eat, but I can't hold a book easily. I'm like staring at the things over there. I've got like 3 graphic novels, 2 novels, and my Kindle in my little portal bookends, and it works quite well. But yeah, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself. Drink water. It's important. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Happened to give a second look. It was humor and heartbreak and something in between.